All right. Brilliant. Up and running. Love it. Fantastic. Ooh. Let's get that working. All right. Here we go. Got some fun with this. We're going to be talking about your client's ecosystem, building those networks, and to be honest, this is a lot about service delivery. It's a lot about improving your service delivery so that clients want to stay. It's also about building that network around you so more clients want to come to you and people want to refer to you. So I hope you're ready, because we're going to have a really good look into how to develop a solid network that supports your participants and your business at the same time. So be ready. We're going to get started on this very soon. In fact, let's bring up this here. Where are we? Got our workbook. Beautiful. All right. Let's get everything working nicely. Are we there? Yes. Brilliant. So we're going to look at the ecosystem that wraps around your client. All right. Really simply, an ecosystem is an all-encompassing process for life development. And we're going to get really, really deep into your ideal clients. And this is obviously knowing your niche really well, right? Find that one area of this industry that you can serve exceptionally well and help a lot, because it's so important that this is part of what you do. And I was actually having a chat with one of our clients today about the idea of that niche. You know, when you look at the whole industry, right, there's a massive industry with all different types of people, and they're all with their own lives, abilities, needs, wants, desires, fears, and frustrations. But you can't service 600,000 people, okay? Realistically, you just can't. And, you know, even the big providers can't do that. So it really does come down to different things suit different people. And not everybody's going to want to work with you. But if we can find the people that you are exceptionally good at working with in that specific niche, specific type of person with specific goals and desires, then we can really create a beautiful service around them that gets them where they want to go. So we're looking at that tip of the iceberg here, is those people who need what you do and they love how you do it. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't work with anybody else, but you need to know who you should and shouldn't be working with. If you are not used to working in manual handling, then don't work with people who need manual handling, because it's just going to be a difficult process. They're not going to get a good service. You're not going to enjoy doing it. But if you are primarily focused in mental health, and that's where you really do a good job, and primarily in teens, let's say, right? Then if you become a expert in everything that a teen in mental health space needs, you stand out well above the crowd. And that's when you have your really clear niche, knowing who you serve and how you serve them. So we're going to jump into this and really have a look at developing that all-encompassing ecosystem, which is going to, one, it's going to help improve your service delivery so that clients want to stay for a long time, because we don't want clients coming in and then heading out the back door. We want them to stay, have a great time, and love what you do. All right. So when we look at this idea of developing that, it also encompasses a lot of developing your network as well. You'll see what I mean as we go to the workshop. So let me bring up the worksheet now. Let me go to the right page. Beautiful. Here we go. So guys, this is our worksheet today. If you want this worksheet, just comment worksheet below. In fact, if you're watching this live, comment live, because I'd love to be able to see you and say hello. If you are watching this on the replay, please comment replay as well, so that I can jump in, say good day, see how you went. But if you want this worksheet, comment worksheet below, and I'll make sure we get it to you straight away. This is from our process that we did, our Profitable Provider program just recently, looking at those alliances and joint ventures inside that ecosystem. And when you look at this idea of your ideal client, right, everything that they need, who they are, and what they've got going on. They have this ecosystem around them, and we're going to start to really develop that ecosystem on this call right now. So what other products and services are needed by your ideal clients that you do not provide? All right. And I'm going to go through a lot of different things here, but you need to make sure you put down the things that are relevant to your ideal client. All right. We've talked about niche before, so hopefully you got that sorted out. But if you don't have your, if you don't have that niche sorted out, go back through our videos. You'll find a video on niche. Really important to get that nice and clear. All right. So I want you to think about this idea of your ideal client. Who else is in that ecosystem, in that sphere of influence, into their plan, into their life, into their well-being, all those sorts of things? Well, you know, there might be providers, and we're going to take this loose, generic participant. My apologies, because people are doing all different sorts of things, so let's just put as many things in here as we can. You make it specific to your business and your clients, all right? So there might be providers, support coordinators, plan managers. You know, there's a bundle of different people in this space who have their stakeholders in this ideal client's life. It could be LACs, right? They're going to have allied health providers, and obviously that's, you know, speeches, and we've got physios, etc. All those sort of bits and pieces under allied health. So we need to look at those sort of people in there. Are any of those relevant to your ideal clients? But then we start to look beyond the professional, and what else is in their life? Well, they've got family, right? They might have family in their life, which would mean, you know, spouse, partner, siblings, children, parents. Oh, there we go. Let's try that again. Parents. Yes, and where my handwriting is terrible. So looking at this idea of these people who might be in that ecosystem is really important to know. But then we start to look out, they've probably got friends as well, right? So knowing these people who are in your ideal client's ecosystem being really important about being there. G'day guys, if you're here, drop a live in the comments, or if you're watching on the replay, make sure you drop replay as well. And again, if you want the worksheet for this, please comment worksheet. I'll get it straight to you, make sure you've got all the details that you need, and just help walk you through that process and get this really clear. But then we start to look at a bit of a different realm as well, like local government, right? Local government have a stake in this as well about the services they're providing, where these people live, all that sort of thing. There could be schools, and so teachers, and that sort of thing. And, you know, as we go down the list, there are people in their lives just like you. Okay, that's what I want you to grasp out of this. Just like you, there are many different types of people who have some form of investment in your life, right? Who are inputting somehow, who are benefiting from, who are having a stake in the life that is going on. And so we need to look at all these different people that might be in this space. You know, we got GPs, surgeons. Whoop. Right, so looking at all these different people who are going to be in that ecosystem of your ideal client. The issue with this is so often we just stop at providers, support coordinators, and maybe a plan manager. Maybe you talk to their spouse every now and then. You are really leaving so much behind, because developing a full, you know, sphere of care around this person is not just 4 people. You know, there is usually so many more people involved, and you need to be starting to develop this ecosystem to really well support people. But the added benefit of this is that you are being known by these people as a good provider, as a good service provider, and what you do. You're showing that you are open with communication and how you operate. It's setting you up as really the center of this system, okay? Because then you are the person that's bringing everybody together in this one hit. So really be looking at that. As we move on, we need to know, right, in this list here, let's get my old that out there. Let's get rid of all of these bits and pieces. So in this space, who do we know that I can collaborate with? Right? Who do I know that I can currently collaborate with in this space? Do I know providers, right? So think about providers. So providers who don't do what you do, right? If you do mental health, do you collaborate with providers who do different types of services like physical support? Or if you don't do SIL, do you know a SIL provider? If you're a SIL provider and you only do that, do you know people who do community access? Do you know people who run group programs, music therapy, arts therapy, all those sorts of things? Then again, do you also know similar providers who could collaborate with on services? Now, if we look at, you've probably got a support coordinator that you know, so you're looking into that. But do you know any allied health providers? Right? Are they in your ecosystem? Do you know some people and you go, you know what? It'd be good to be able to meet up with you and just talk through some of these things that people are experiencing. Maybe they have had the same experiences or had similar conversations and they've got other things that could input into what you're doing. Really, really important is this idea of sharing information, all right? I spoke about this a little while ago, but information is currency. Be generous. It's a really good space to be. People start to connect. But then we really look at this important area, which people forget about, is who do I need to know so I can collaborate with them? Okay? So really understanding who do I need to know so that I can collaborate with people. If I don't currently know an allied health provider and my clients need allied health providers, that needs to be one of the first places to look at. Do your ideal clients live in a local council? Yes, they do. Do you know anybody from the local government? Right? Or council. What's the council currently doing in order to benefit people with living with disabilities in your local area that's relevant to the type of people you work with specifically? Are you working with kids and teens? Do you know anybody in the education department? Right? Are you building these connections which are genuinely going to support people? When you go through this list, and there will be more people in this as well, when you really start to delve into it, you're going to be creative here. Actually go out and do this. Don't just rely on me to give you the answers, okay? Because you have a very specific business. If you go general, I'm going general here because I'm trying to help everybody. But if you are going specific, you're going to get so much clearer. So I want you to be thinking about who do I need to connect with in order to better help people, be better connected, and help them get where they want to go. What does this do? This makes us then really the center of attention for a lot of people. So we start being, right? Keep it simple. We want to make sure that all of this stuff that's going on, all these different connections, we want you at the center there, all right? You're the one that is helping everybody connect. And so you're working with allied health providers, local government, support coordinators, providers, family. You are bringing everybody together and actually helping develop support and care, and you're bringing together programs which are going to help people, which makes you the center, which sets you up as an expert, and people want to work with experts. So guys, I would love you to get a hold of this worksheet to actually go through that process and look at, right, who do I need to work with? So if you need this worksheet, comment below. I'll get it straight out to you. If you want to chat about this, put your questions in the chat below. I'd love to jam on this for a bit, because we've seen it time and time again, is developing that really forced network around you just pushes your business forward so much more. So jump in there, let me know how you go, and I will speak to you soon, guys. Thanks very much.